Family Check, it is right here on Good Morning Kenya. Thank you for staying with us. My name is Vivian Degwa, and today we're talking about parenting, and specifically parenting in the digital age and modern career challenges that have risen from that. And I am pleased to have two ladies with me on set. I will begin with my immediate right. That is Elizabeth Kenywa. Elizabeth Kenywa is a life coach. Welcome to the show.
Asante sana.
And right next to Elizabeth, we have Pastor Paul Blessing, and Pastor Paul Blessing is the director, Star with Paul. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let's talk about parenting in the digital age.
Yeah.
Let me first begin with just asking, maybe how different is it parenting in the digital age compared to how it was parenting back then? Just how different is it?
Very different. Very different, because I'll take you back to an age that probably you were not born and we were young, right? We were raised by a community. And as time progressed, now when you were born, you are now raised by the family. As we progress, we introduce nannies, okay? And now we have a fourth party in the equation called the digital space. Now, the digital space seems to be louder than everyone else. Remember, community parenting has been totally eliminated. You cannot spank your neighbor's child.
No, you cannot.
Previously, we were spanked by our neighbors. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's eliminated. So now the digital one seems to be taking the bigger chunk of speaking into the lives of everyone, not just children. Speaking to the life of the parents, speaking to the life of the teachers, the system, and most of the children. And the volume is quite high. Now, that's where we have a big challenge.
Yeah. So from your point of view, Paul, how different is it?
Yeah, just as she has said, it has really changed. And the child was for everyone. And you couldn't even get into a vehicle, and the child will just look, this is a parent, he has to move. Nowadays, that kind of space where they have come to, they don't have, not because they don't have respect, but the kind of molding that even the parent is making. This is my child, and you cannot touch. And now, when it comes now to the digital now, which is on the ground, in fact, it's like the learning is coming from the digital, then the teachers, the students, and everybody else. There's a no-hit-all. They know so much. Anything that you ask, they can answer you. They would ask a question as that for this, I don't know, they call them grade what nowadays. The kind of question they ask you, even a personal question, and they look at you, it's a question you have to answer. They have that boldness, which we didn't have. So then they will tell you things that they have discovered, and you say, surely, these are open space, which can be dangerous, can be also of value, if it's used the right way. Yes.
And, just speaking of that, I remember there was a time we were saying, it's very different. Parenting now is very different. You can't be the authoritarian like our parents or, our fathers were back then, where it was their word or the highway. But now you can't do that. Back then even your mother would just give you an eye and hapa kumedoka, But nowadays you look at a child trying to pass a message like that and they'll ask you, ni nini mom? Bora unaniangalia hivi.
Stress.
Yeah, so I can imagine just how different it is right now. And, speaking of the digital age, of course, now we get into the screens. And nowadays, screen time is can be used even as a toy. Because when a child is crying, amesumbua huko, they're given their tablets, they're given a phone. The phones are now the pacifiers. Unampatia, ananyamaza. Just, what are the dangers of such?
Well, the danger is, before we get to the danger, allow me to say, we also, the negative side of it, the positive, is that we have a very knowledgeable generation. But knowledge is not equal to wisdom. So we cannot totally rule out the older generation. You still need to come back to them to seek wisdom. Because wisdom is not loaded in a gadget. Wisdom is loaded in a human being who's gone through life, through seasons and episodes of it, to be able to come out and say, I conquered, I overcame, I was able to navigate this challenge. Back to the challenges that are there. I'm actually scared because we are raising a very isolated generation. Isolated in the sense that you have this child who will be seated with a gadget, and when you withdraw the gadget, the child doesn't know that they should go out and play. And I was somewhere speaking to people and I told them, in 2018, in the UK, they slotted a minister for loneliness. Why? Because there was a generation that was going through loneliness, isolation, and depression.
Yeah.
Do you know, if we are not careful here,
that's where we are
going. These things are totally isolating you. Even as an adult, we can be seated here having a conversation and somebody is totally disconnected.
Yeah.
So they're just smiling at a gadget and you're wondering what is actually happening. It's because gadgets can isolate someone completely.
Yeah, so what you're saying, we're getting to a point where we won't have social interaction
Exactly.
skills.
It will be very difficult.
We have to bring it back.
So you can imagine part of what that minister was supposed to come up with is craft, interaction, kind of engagements. Can you imagine what we basically go out here and tell our children, go out and play? Now we have someone who has to sit down and craft for us ways and models as to how we can get to play.
Yeah.
If you zoom close and I'm sure you're on social media, we're almost there, because then over the Christmas season, you could see there are spaces where they are telling you, come with your car, park your car, we charge you 500 to just come and sit under a tree. Here, not in London.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay? So what does that tell you? That we do not know how to socialize. We cannot disconnect from the gadget and have a life outside the space of a gadget. Okay? Again, delayed speech on children. I mean, this is a massive challenge.
Yeah.
If I have an 8-year-old, fine, he's not experienced delayed milestones in speech, but that's a major challenge we experienced with other children in his class. The children cannot speak well, they cannot express them well, and yet they are not autistic. Simply because there was something else controlling
Their
everything.
Yeah. You know, on the same pal, you know, like, are we getting to a point where we are really losing that social interaction skills? But someone else may say, but we are gaining some other things. I mean, they're learning more on that is where the future is, so they're going to be great, you know, with this or that. The future is AI and all of that. So what's your take on that?
What I will say is that there is a need for mentoring, balancing, guiding, and supporting. Because if you make it like open, like there's a lot they are going to learn there. As she said, knowledge is not wisdom. And the main wisdom comes from the Word of God. I have grandchildren, they came to, actually they are cartoons they are just trying to push into. Then I said, why can't we do a quiz for the Bible? You see, so whatever is there, can it be guided so that there's something going to learn which is going to be of value, spiritually and also intellectually. Because you leave them alone, I tell you, everything is passing by. Inappropriate content is coming. And those things are boosted. So when you boost, it will just appear.
Yeah.
So you don't know when that gadget you have left as if just to make them happy, what comes there. And you know, anything that you see, we usually say the eyes is the highway to your heart. It got straight to your heart. Then that child is corrupted in the mind. And you find someone who is like, they are thinking, they are speaking, you don't know the kind of person you have there. They are already corrupted in their mind. So there's need for mentoring, supporting, and guiding. And if possible, let there be times that, you know, you just withdraw the phone from them. You also cause a problem. So you need, nowadays you have to dialogue. The children of today, you have, not like us, you have to sit and dialogue, bring sense. Let them understand the risk. Yeah, there's a cyberbullying. They will find it there. They'll be bullied. So if you don't guide them, they just come and find it. They go into it that you don't know. So it's good to support, to guide, and to mentor. And also make sure, let's say, like say, dining table, no phone. Even for us parents, we may talk about the children, but even us, we are getting lost. We are going to look at something, but you find something funny. You start laughing and you forget even what you wanted to find. So, however it's about children, even the grown-ups, it's something that, it's like a digital addiction that needs to be controlled.
Yeah.
There must be balance in everything, because whatever they are finding, you don't need like when people say that you watch movies as to understand, then you find someone watching a horror movie. What will aura give you? Blood. Then you find someone killing, you say, how did they do that? You allow them to see. What they see with their eyes, they store in their heart. What they hear with their ears, they store in their heart. Then the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak.
Yeah.
It will give out.
Yeah.
That's what I think. We need to guard.
Yeah.
Let don't be just an open space that you just watch, you just do, you find what you find and you just watch it. You'll find this they are above you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they know a lot.
And you know, also right now we are also in the age where everyone is busy.
Yeah.
You know, and by everyone I mean the parents, the guardians. The economy isn't looking so good, so you need to do a lot of things in order for you to ensure that you're bringing in that you're bringing that money back home. So probably some parents may say, I don't really have time for me to sit and supervise what these children are looking or are watching on their gadgets. I don't really have the time to keep being there and speaking to them all the time, because I need to be out there to ensure I'm keeping them in school, to ensure they are well fed, to ensure there's a roof over their heads. So for such parents, like, what would be the alternative?
Vivian, I'm a believer and advocate for life is lived in seasons. And in every season you get in to maximize it. Now when the children come in and you're ready for marriage to get the babies and they're coming, that's a season on its own.
Invest for that.
That has really opened up, right? So you can't keep running at the same pace you're running when you were single. Your hands are now getting fuller. You had a job, fine, and you must continue or should continue with this job. But the adjustments you have to make, okay? I know what I'm going to say is not popular. This is what I always advocate for. When your children are younger, always have 3 things in your hands. What do I delegate? What can I defer? What can I delete completely? Because there are things you have to delete the minute the children land. You like it or not, okay? So which ones are those ones that I'm going to totally delete? Click, ignore, and delete. What can I defer? When your child is 3 years old, what are you doing pursuing a master's? I know, I said it's not going to be popular.
You better go ahead and do it.
Okay? Yes. What are you doing pursuing a master's when your child is not yet even enrolled in school? Okay? And I believe you can always speak life after, once you put a comma. Then know what to delegate, because your hands are full. What do I delegate? Unfortunately, we delegate everything. We delegate childcare, we delegate nurturing the child. We no longer nurture. That's a delegated assignment to somebody else to do it for us. And when they do it very well, we are really on them very hard. So who is speaking into the lives of children? Because there's so much noise. But you know, you've got to be very intentional that as a parent, your voice in the midst of the forest is the loudest that your child can pick. The teacher will speak into the life of your child. Okay? Social media will speak. Peers will speak. Where is your voice as a parent? And it cannot be heard when you're absent. So know when to, what to delegate, to defer, and then you're able to know, then your child you can utilize and maximize the opportunity. Otherwise, we will get to the place where when your children are older and they are moved on with life, you start chasing them to take care of their grandchildren, quote unquote, but you're trying to compensate for the lost time that you never spent with your children.
So that hustle culture is harming the next generation.
And it's a lie from hell.
I've seen some people, what they do, they want to nurture and also maybe to be able to, okay, even, maybe they don't delete, maybe they may not defer, but they kind of say control in a different way. Let's say you put CCTV in your house, so wherever you are,
I can
whatever
see what
happens,
you
are seated like that. So whatever the nanny is doing, when the children are watching, you can see what they are watching. When they see something which is right, what is that? You can stop it. So that one you will be also doing what you are doing, but still you are watching. But nowadays there's a total disconnect between these people. Disconnect. And you don't even understand them. They don't understand you. And the other thing, as we said the other day, you must have a relationship between the teacher and the parent and the nanny. Because sometimes we make noise to the nannies and you want them to take care of the children. And you leave them upset. They are human. When someone is upset, they will not do what you want. However much you may try to control. But I think, as she was saying that, there are things that you should delete and say, this cannot be done at this age. But you find that because of that peer pressure, you need to dialogue. Don't use force. In that delete. Nowadays, don't use force. Make sure, let them understand. Let's talk. Nowadays, a 9-year-old is very wise. You sit down and with them tell, this is where we want to go. And to get to where we want to go, these are things we have to stop. We have to balance this for our growth as a family. What do you think? I tell you, you find they are wise. They'll come accept with you. Then you walk on the same path. But when you use force, you also shut them. They may say yes, and they keep quiet. Silent treatment in the house, and you lose them. So you need also to guard their emotions on how you, because nowadays you can't use force. What do you think?
Well, that is true. And I wish to clarify, when I say delete, delegate, defer, it is the parent delegating responsibilities and assignments that concern the nurturing of the
children. I understood that.
Yes. In terms of using the kind of, abrasiveness, it will not work. It actually backfire on you, because by the time they get to teenagehood, they just shut the door, shut the system, shut emotionally.
They shut you out.
You can't really get through to them. And so what
and they become suicidal.
Yes, and so you can't come in. That's why I said you can't come in at a certain level. Now you want to start bridging the gap. You start working with them through every age and stage of their life.
Through
if you're
dialogue.
constantly missing even parents' activities in school in the name of looking for money. Money has never been enough, Vivian. Look at the corruption cases we have in Kenya. Who is stealing? The poor?
No.
It is not the poor stealing. It is those who already have it, and they already. So money will never be enough. So that's one of the justification I always say. And allow me to go back to scripture. Scripture says contentment with godliness until you get the place of contentment. Now, contentment, I don't say that I stop, having dreams and ambitions that are big. But yes, I can put them on hold for now, then pursue them later, or find a way of just navigating around some of these things. If I'm transferred to Moyale, when my child is 3 years, can I kindly request that I be retained even if it was a promotion? There are people who've done that, and eventually they have worked and gotten to that space.
I hear you mentioning 3 years a lot. Is that the crucial age?
I can remember in the morning, your colleague here said that he took his phone and gave to a 3-year-old child. Then they downloaded a cartoon and he just put his legs across and he was away. And I found that it was 3 years old. Yes.
3 years right now, I can say is like the new 10. Smart, sharp, even in how they argue, how they may not be very clear in everything, but you can tell at the stage where we were arguing at 10 years, they're almost at that level now. Okay? So even digitally, they are very, very sharp, very smart. So that's why I'm keeping on referring to three. Because if you come in at 10, the tree is already grown. It will be a little bit hard to bend it. But they still
you're getting to 10, you're coming out of the child.
Samaki mkunje angali.
Exactly.
Now, there's also another thing that comes about with social media. So do you feel like with this new age now, it's even like for you as parents and as guardians, is it now very important for you to intentionally ensure that you're instilling self-worth in your child, to ensure that you're instilling confidence in your child? Because now with social media, there's a lot of comparisons. There's a lot of, as you were mentioning, bullying. There's a lot of, I want to base my validation on the number of likes I'm getting online. I've posted this photo. How many people are saying I look beautiful? No one has said I look beautiful. What am I supposed to do to...
And you go to depression.
Yes, so there's that also. So does this mean that as parents, you work much harder in terms of ensuring you're teaching your child self-worth, confidence, and just being true to yourself?
That's why I said your voice has to be the loudest.
Voice.
Amongst the other voices. Affirm your child before everyone else does. You cannot affirm your child in a long distance kind of... She will, you want to do things, bring gifts, bring packages, because you're flying left, right, and center, and assume that they will quickly interpret that to mean, I love you. No. Tell your daughter, tell your daughter, you are beautiful, baby girl. Okay?
Yeah.
I wish my daughter can confirm this because they're watching. And I tell them, you're beautiful regardless of what everyone else would want to say.
Yeah.
Because they're going into that space also, into that digital space. On the other hand, I also challenge parents. You may not be as swift in understanding everything that is digital, but you cannot operate in ignorance. Assume, that's their own space. I don't know what happens there. Have some knowledge. Because when a child comes to talk to you about TikTok, what is TikTok? Wachana na hiyo kitu. You simply dismiss it. Is TikTok bad 100%? No. So then how will you be able to speak about something you have zero info about? When they talk to you about Instagram, what happens in Instagram? You may not necessarily understand everything, but have a little bit of know-how of what is happening. And you know who is your best teacher? Your child. Express interest to know, and they teach you very well. Mommy, this is what happens. This is Instagram, when you post this, and then and all that stuff. A parent took their phone to the police station. I'm sure probably you've come across a story on social media. And they simply wanted to know, who is this bullying my child on Instagram? And the unfortunate bit is that once you post something on Instagram, you may not be able to retrieve it. It's not like WhatsApp where you can say you deleted and someone can tell you deleted.
Yeah.
You can't
Internet
track it.
keeps history.
You can't track it, okay?
Yeah.
And so that's a big challenge on its own. So this mother was extremely frustrated. Who can be your best teacher? Your own child. And that's why they also start building trust in you. And they go like, hey, mom, squeeze you, umeshanoka. Then you know you've got it. Yeah.
Another thing I think is that we just need to, as she has said, that confidence in the child.
Yeah.
You know, there are people that when you are bitter, you tell them, tabia kama za baba yako. That thing goes into their bone marrow. But if you tell them, call them king, call them queen, call those big names, that child, even when they are walking the street, you can't push them.
Yeah.
They will respect you, but they know who they are. Because the mother said they are good. Okay? So when we say that, even if they are bullied, they can say, you can't say this to me.
Yeah.
Because my mother said I'm better. You see? So when it comes from home, and when they go out to the space, they can find and say, no, this one I have to stop. But if they have not found any love, the first love, I love you, is coming from Instagram, they will fall to anything, any bully.
Yeah.
And they will be lost. At the same time, as you have said, social media is very good. It has made people to grow. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of good things there. So we just need to know what is wrong and what is good. And at what age should someone get into this? Yes.
Yeah.
That's my view.
Yeah, and I think that should be, we should laud that. The fact that you speak life into your child. You speak life into them so much that anyone else's voice
They can
or
only
noise can't get to them at all. Because, I mean, social media is a very tricky place to navigate. Because someone will just wake up and decide to abuse you.
We have
for
keyboard
no
warriors.
reason. Yes, and that is what they do best.
Ready.
So if from home you don't have that coverage whereby you know this is me, you know who you are and nothing can shake you, it can really go south for someone who doesn't have that at home. Kwa sababu, over there are people who are just psycho.
Allow me to add something. I know you're when we used to watch this station, Kitambo, before you were born.
Keep saying that she was born yesterday.
we had this abracadabra.
Yeah, the magician?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know what is the meaning of abracadabra? It says, you speak, you create. You speak, you create.
Okay.
So what are we speaking?
What
Because
are we
that which we
creating?
speak,
Yeah.
we are
Creating. Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
So the magician was not wrong. They were simply speaking.
What's the
creating.
instruments of creation?
Yeah.
And they not go back. If you are spoken, it has gone.
Yeah, once it's spoken, it's
gone.
out there. You can never take your words back. So still, something else that comes now with this digital age is the career choices. And the career choices now have changed, and completely. I don't know if the proper word to say it, they've morphed into something else. You know, it's not like back in the day when you would go into a class, maybe grade 1 class, and you ask, what do you want to become when you grow up, or grade 3, let's say grade 3, what do you want to be when you grow up? That time it was doctor, lawyer, pilot, teacher, you know, those kinds of careers. But right now, trust me, if you go to a grade 3 class and ask, what do you want to become when you grow up? You'll hear several, I want to be an influencer. You know, you will hear several, I'll become a streamer like I Show Speed. You will hear several, I want to become a TikTok dancer. And, you know, you'll hear more of those than you could back then.
Space.
Yeah, so there's that space also. And I don't know how parents should navigate that, because now as a parent, maybe you're wondering, what do you mean you want to become an influencer? And as you're saying, you have no knowledge of the social media space. You've not taken time to know, actually, what can an influencer do? Is this an actual career now? So for parents now, navigating that space of your child wants to become this thing that you have no idea about now, and you're just wondering.
Well, it's that space has evolved in the sense that previously we had stationed computers. Okay, let's begin from there. The computers were stationed at the workspace. So you would shut the computer, go home, and nobody would look for you, because there were no phones. And I think that was a very good life. Because you would totally disconnect. Yes, you would totally disconnect from everything and have time to relax, you know, and reflect. Now we've moved to the place where you're as mobile as your job. Your laptop, you don't even need a laptop. Your iPhone, your everything can give you everything you want, your emails, access to any information that you would want. Now, what has that has also done is caused a lot of job insecurity and anxiety. Because even those in the system, you're worried you'll be replaced. You can be replaced anytime. That's a reality. And the only thing that I know and I'm confident of, yes, AI is here, seeming like a threat. But the reality of it is that if those of us who are maximizing on AI and the advancement in technology will reap massively from it. And so this is my encouragement to every parent: don't shut. I know change sometimes is very threatening, very worrying, very troubling, because we want children to pursue the conventional career paths. But those ones are no longer viable.
We are evolving.
They are not viable. During the COVID season, children were learning from where? From home.
Online.
And that's when now everybody should have woken up to the reality that my job, there's no surety in it. Previously, you'd enter a job at 25 and Joshua by 60 you retire.
From the same
and progress.
Job.
Now you can be cut halfway there because a lot is changing. So to the parents, accept the new reality, the new normal, okay, of your child. Talk with your child, get to know what is it that they need. Then into that space that they are growing into, because I have a grade 10 child and we've gone through those, I'm not speaking from experience. You're told your child needs to know their career path and you're like, whoa, here we are at 14.
At 14 career path.
So you see, so you go through, you try to interrogate and all that. So some of the things that you can probably do to be able to work with your child, especially in career, try do some psychometric tests. Yes, a psychometric test. If you're not satisfied with one, then you do another one. And I'm sure we now have systems and bodies out here that are able to give you proper data findings when a psychometric test is done on your child. Then it zeroes you down to how you can be able to guide the child in their career path. You will not die on, unaongeanga sana, you can become a lawyer. Thank you.
I would say that I have a 9-year-old grandchild who is a footballer. And I think he's going even out to Spain in March for football at that age. So when he sleeps, you go and find him sleeping. You find even his dreams it's like this. He's still playing football. Then you see, so exactly that's where he is. So what I can say is that we have to accept that. At times we are told that you have to become a doctor. We have now, as she has said, let us walk with them through, but help them to understand what is the best thing to become. Bring like 4 careers, discuss, and see their views. Then they can be able also to pick. Otherwise, they pick what they find out there because you not guide them.
That's true.
And especially even now in our communication. Do you know sometimes even us, we don't talk with the children. We communicate through gadgets. Even we are in the same house, but we don't even talk. At work, communicate. You come, you are tired, you go to sleep, you're on a gadget, the children have gone to sleep. They talk more with the nanny and all that. But we need to come out of just that physical presence and find its time. Even if it's just eating together and make sure no phone on the table.
All right.
Yes.
As we almost come to a conclusion
time.
of the conversation because of time, if you could change one thing, you know, about parenting in the digital age, what would it be?
The availability of parents. It has really diminished. Vivian, you go to a parents' meeting in school and your heart bleeds. Okay? Because we are very busy. We are sending our nannies to school to represent us. And that, for me, is worrying. Very worrying. Because a nanny is the most, they're the most people on transition within the family unit. They are here today and gone tomorrow.
They are gone.
Okay? Here today. Even if they stayed for 12 years, they are not permanent. For you and your children and your family, what will separate you is not even marriage, it's death. So this is a long term, but you're bringing in someone in between, too close, to be able to intercept in your child's life. So are you sure when this nanny goes and picks your child's report form in school, and they're able to see your child is not performing very well, they are below average, how is that relationship going to be at home? This nanny is going to blackmail your child with his performance when you're not there. How are you going to handle that when you're totally absent? And so for me, what I would change, what I would advocate for, what I'm advocating for, let us be intentionally present. There's an opportunity cost to it, of course, because the money and everything will really not balance, but an opportunity cost is when you forgo one thing to pursue another. That would be my take.
For me, I would advocate let's balance, because different careers are different. There's someone where they work, when they want to be there, you find that there's a problem. So just try to balance, support, mentor, and also find a way how to when you find time, dialogue. Make them know that this is what I would like you to have and what do you think, so that you can be able to walk the same path peacefully and also grow the best person that you want to see in your life.
Yeah, so speak to your children as much as you can. All right, that was the time we had for Family Check this morning. I am sure that you have gotten to pick a thing or two from this very, very needed conversation that was parenting in the digital age. My guest today was Pastor Pearl Blessing, who's the director, Star with Pearl, and then Elizabeth Kenyua, who is a life coach.